What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. We have a rank 1 KHAZIX, and Legend at the same time. A super high elo gameplay. So let's break down what the KHAZIX player is actually going to do in this game. I'm very curious to see if there's anything like new or specific in this one, but let's take a good look in the early game. In the early game, we see an early ward there placed by the enemy top laner to just give away the pathing of the KHAZIX. KHAZIX starts with blue, which is his fastest jungle clear, with the first ability start. Kites away the blue buff. Oh, he doesn't care if he's on vision at all. Okay. He really doesn't. So I wonder what he's gonna do after his first clear. Okay, picks up the blue buff, we'll pick up the Gromp. Everything is pretty normal right now. He smites this. Yep, Q smite. Pulls the next camp with W. Pretty normal stuff. The ward has not yet spotted anyone on the chicken camp. Puts another point into his first ability for faster jungle clear. Doesn't invest into the jump. Zed now being spotted on the chicken camp as well. Zed is a champion that really desires to start blue. If you're wondering why, because Zed doesn't have mana, etc. He does have energy, and the blue buff is related to your energy regeneration, and therefore having blue buff makes a big difference. A very big one. And by the way, you should definitely check out the link in the description below to that channel, as well as the link to cheaper skins. Riot has implemented a massive change to wildcard pricing and overall the entire system. So if you want to get them cheaper, make sure to join the Discord attached in the description below and use code KIRKS10. You'll have to wait 14 days until you can get gifted by them, but afterwards enjoy your cheaper skins. So get ready, do it fast, so the 14 days period can pass relatively fast. Okay, ganking. With the stealth, everything is pretty normal. Zed is going after the Diana. But yeah, he can just walk away. There's nothing he can do, because he can just swap back whenever he wants, yeah. It's not much he can do. If he walks after the Zed, he will just swap back. If he stays there, he will just walk away. Not much that can be done. He's looking for another opportunity though, because the bot lane is extending a play. He just used his shadow, which means he's completely... Yep, he overextended with that shadow play. He didn't expect the KHAZIX to follow him all the way down here, which then led to an immediate demise of him. Okay, we have Gluttonous Grease being picked up into a Serrated Dirk, a massive early game power spike. Some other KHAZIX players prefer going Pen Boots into Serrated Dirk with sudden impact and runes for an early game Giga Pressure. But others prefer the Gluttonous Grease for more sustain. Okay, now we have reached a point at which farming has become super fast on this champion. You just Q them for 1 billion damage and walk away. Now it's so easy. Okay, KHAZIX is looking for an angle. Misses the KFC camp. Happens to all of us. It's a classic. Steals away the camp. Darius is pretty much overextended, but can he even go for a gank here? He doesn't even try. I think it's too much of a risk because Darius might turn on them. I assume he saw for a brief moment that the Darius already has plated, maybe? Because if Darius has plated, the play is just impossible. Okay, is that being spotted on the ward? Well placed by the KHAZIX. So they now have plenty of information. Oh, that was close. Now they know that Zed is transitioning downwards. They saw him leave towards the blue side of his. They know he's around the corner. This was clear information. Pops the ult to avoid the combo. Avoids the shuriken combo. Very nicely done. Is on 1 HP. Is just trying to tether max range. Zeri is zooming in. Gets CC chained. Oh, he gets the kill, that's so sad. If Zeri didn't have E or didn't use E, somebody can body block the autos. And only the chain lightning effect of the autos will then be applied to the KHAZIX. Oh, that's so sad. Team is doing Dragon, being picked up relatively fast. Aatrox already starting with the Herald. Not much is happening right now. The entire enemy team is making a big play on the bottom side of the map. Like, enemy team stole Dragon. And will they... Okay, they at least didn't get Herald. Okay, flashes over to get closer. Soda ultimate happens. Zed shifts away. Darius with 1 HP in the front line. Katrina jumps in, gets immediately killed though. KHAZIX is now level 9, doesn't have a point allocated yet for the next evolve, so has to do that still. Takes the jump evolve, the Aatrox falls to the Z ultimate, the death mark's a little bit too much. He could, honestly, if he was a real psychopath, he could have tried to, if he knows that Z doesn't have, what's it called? Z doesn't have the shadow, he could have tried to jump, smite, jump, reset because he had evolved E. That would have been like a mega big ball play, but way too much of a risk for no reason. But a fun one regardless. Fully completed Yomus in base and another batch of longswords into a serrated dirk and a longsword. So this KHAZIX is now pretty strong. Crap being taken away. Katrina... Ooh, double jump accident. Don't think that was necessarily intended. Darius is being spotted here. Zooms around with Ghost if I'm not mistaken. Zed now about to invade the KHAZIX bot side. His entire team is rotating. He needs to be careful. He doesn't have ult. If Zed jumps on him, he might die. Same goes for Twitch. Like, anyone who goes there might just die. Yeah. Deathmark connects. He will trade 1 for 1. In the end, it's a good trade for KHAZIX team. They get the assist pool, and the Zed only gets 1 kill. One person has to die there. I don't think they can make it without one dying. The KHAZIX Q range. Katrina? Oh, bro. That's a tilter. Yeah, plated steel gaps. There he is. Yes, sir. He tries to yoink away as much as he can before the enemy makes his appearance. Ward being spotted by the Scryers Bloom. Zed in the mid lane now rotating towards the bottom side of the map as it seems. Maybe he catches another mid wave or goes for a bot lane dive. With the Zed ultimate, it's going to be so easy to dive them down there, and they are going for a fight. They're dead down there. Zed will appear, and there's just a double kill. Number 1 dies. Will he get the other one, or will Twitch manage to get away? He actually gets both. Twitch, why didn't he just walk into the bottom brush, right side, and recall? He should have had enough time. Darius is too tanky, so he doesn't even bother with fighting the Darius. He goes for the wave to deny the Darius play. And then he just leaves. Because he knows he doesn't necessarily win. Now it takes the Hex Gate to take away enemy farm, because it doesn't matter if they know he's here. Because they will probably not be fast enough to... Oh no, his team also rotates perfectly. So they get the jungle, they get the double kill, because the enemy team tries to help to deny this invade. And it's just such a beautiful pickup. What a nice rotation. Dragon spawns in 5 seconds. He's having some trouble with the plants. He really doesn't want to give the enemy team potential bounties. But he also has to be for Dragon. Okay, enemy Z connects onto him. He doesn't have ult, so he has to flash away. Darius running after him with Ghost. KHAZIX looking for an angle here. Maybe you can find some. Jumps close, gets the kill, pops the ultimate for the movement speed, jumps into the Sona, gets another reset. And now has to try to go for the dragon. This will deny the enemy soul point. Zed is already on the dragon, they will get the next dragon, so the next dragon is going to be the soul for the enemy team. And it's an infernal soul. They have to be really careful. Like, the enemy team is already strong, even though the scoreboard says tells another story. If you give them more free damage in the form of Infernal Soul, it might just be enough to mitigate the gold gap between those teams. Zed? He just jumped onto Diana and got absolutely demolished. Poor guy. Okay, Top Wave is in a decent spot. Next Scorpion is running there as well. He's waiting for a Scuttle Crab. Maybe he can get a pick onto the Zed here if he makes a mistake. He's looking for one. He will be on the Crux, or at least... Ah, there's another one he can't, so he has to immediately turn around. Oh, he is so fortunate. He is so fortunate, or the Zed is so unfortunate. Oh my god, the Darius really... If this plant isn't there, by the way, the KHAZIX dies. Because I think Darius was 3 stack. He would have been 4 stack with the Q, auto edge, into auto attack, ult dead. That could have definitely happened to that man. Okay, what will we buy next? Stasis into probably another serrated dog with a longsword. Does he go for Edge of Night? Or does he go for Sterox? Patiently waiting for the enemy to make a mistake. Enemy being nearly slowed down, avoids the Sona ultimate. Pretty good, pretty good. Flashes over the wall to execute the Sona, kills the Sona. Stands in front of the enemy, BMs them a tiny bit for the fun of it. And now returns to look at Nasher. The enemy still has a pretty good chance of stealing it with Zed. Especially if KHAZIX has to tank the Nasher. He doesn't have the debuff as you see in the bottom, but they need to be mindful of the Zed full combo if he gets to shift in, but he gets instantly obliterated by the team. Baron Nasher now picked up, 2 death on the enemy team. T-Hex now spawning in the base, and El Twitcho is being the sewer rat and just runs around. Okay, for some reason the mid lane play just happened. Everyone is 1 HP. Bally survives the Ignite with Stasis. Twitch getting a little bit lucky today. Now the TX appears as a Twitch and Nami have to reset because they're low HP. Pretty grief to say. Pings to attack the enemy Nexus. We have still the TX available. Pushing should be relatively easy, or at least breaking the first inhibitor to then disable the Nexus shield on the next push. Need to be mindful as well, in case you didn't know, you can actually stack Darius passive on the TX, so if the TX is left alone, the Darius could just stack on him, and yeah, he might just Q-flash into the backline and everyone dies. That would be a pretty unfortunate, to say the least. KHAZIX looking, just chilling, looking for an angle, what can be done. Jumps into the Sona. Sona nearly gets one shot. She doesn't seem to be the tank, so she only has like 1 or 2 armor. Should definitely not get this close. Katarina is desperate now, wants to press a button, wants to go, gets immediately one shot, doesn't get anything killed. The TX is still alive for another 16 seconds, and he is just waiting in the wings, just pretending to not exist, to then immediately go if something happens. But now, since the push is slowly ending, team, you can't end, so don't even try. Let's take enemy resources, and then let's pick up the Lost Dragon so they cannot get a soul. Because as of right now, as of this moment, the game is still losable. Depending on the mistakes you do, the game is very much losable. Dying right now will probably not end the game, but dying in about 30 seconds could end the game, because then at 60 minutes the Nexus Shield will fall, and depending on how much time they take to kill the tower, nice jumping here to just avoid the burst damage of the combo of Zed. Flashes in for more damage, Zhonya's to avoid damage that's incoming, nearly one-shots the Katarina, but the Katarina one-shots him back, and the game is back into a state that is very much losable until Mr. Twitch makes an appearance. He doesn't do damage, he couldn't even break the Sona Shield. That is tough. Okay, Twitch makes an appearance, Sona picking up the fruit for some random reason, frontlining the entire time. But Zed is playing bodyguard for the Sona. Diana dies through Deathmark and Zeri's damage, but Diana trades back the Zed at least. With the jungle now dead, it should be a relatively easy thing to pick up this Nashor, since the enemy doesn't have the tools to secure or contest this in any scenario unless something unholy happens, like the Zeri W or a steal. Okay, this didn't happen. Enemy Nexus Shield is disabled. T-Hex spawning in base, so we just have to group up, wait for Diana to spawn, and walk it down in the lane that doesn't have the inhibitor down. TX being picked up by the Aatrox, Diana spawning in about 6 seconds, TX walking up the lane where the inhibitor is still alive, Twitch just getting ready, getting a few minions, side lanes automatically pushing since they have super minions, and now the enemy is looking for a potential trap or to defend this. So KHAZIX now has to check every brush with a second ability just to make sure that nobody's hiding in there, and Nami should not be the one that just face checks everything, but it seems like a tank Nami build as well since she has Redemption. Sona gets hit by a bubble and immediately falls. Sona is a little bit griefing this game with the exchanges that happened so far, but what do I know? KHAZIX is having a field day here, looking for resets, looking for the nice preparation, nice prepped up kills from the Nami, and just ends the game with this. And with that, we're at the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Check out their channel in the description below, and we'll see each other for more content very, very soon. Take care and have a beautiful day.